look like an inflated marshmallow in a microwave with an impacted ego? It's because I have made him eat every bit of his pride, bite by bite, to where there is just a shell of a man left. But am I satisfied with that? No. I want to crush the shell into 1,000 pieces. And how can I do that? By challenging him to a Texas chain match massacre. That's right. I'm sure you're scared, Dusty. I'm sure that you're shaking right now. But where can you hide? Are you going to crawl back into your past? Even if you do that, what happens when you turn the lights on? Oh, you are confronted with your worst nightmare. Accept my invitation to a massacre.
Thank you so very, very much, and welcome once again to Florida Championship Wrestling, sanctioned by the Professional Wrestling Federation. I might point out, of course, that there will be matches tonight in Fort Lauderdale at War Memorial Auditorium. It's going to be a great night of competition there. We will be returning to the Tampa area on April 5th. We'll be in Sarasota on the 8th. We're coming to Bradenton, West Palm Beach, you name it, we're going to be there. During this next hour, we're going to be seeing a ladies' match. For one thing, the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez has returned. We'll be seeing him in action. We'll be seeing a six-man tag team match, and it will be Dustin Rhodes going up against the Hangman Bobby Jaggers. And with me, of course, is Diamond Dallas Page.
I'll tell you, Gordon, I'm so excited. The Professional Wrestling Federation's going worldwide, everywhere it's in, and I especially want to welcome WSVN, Channel 7 in Miami, Page 1, check it out, because the Professional Wrestling Federation is going everywhere, along with Florida Championship Wrestling, baby, and it is so good, so fine, baby. I'll tell you, I'm elated.
Well, you're looking mighty fine. There's no question about that, Mr. Page. I might also say that, of course, for those of you who may not be aware of it yet, the Professional Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion is now indeed one Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, and, well, so far... Well, that's a personal opinion on your part.
Here comes my man. Here comes my man. Another champion, the real champion, Florida. I'm turning out here.
Al Perez has captured the Florida Heavyweight Championship, but Mike Graham has got a rematch upcoming with him.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Here we go.
Yeah, we got it. You know something, Gordon? I've been a champion in the past, and I'm planning on being a champion real soon now. As a matter of fact, I know Dusty Rhodes, the PFW heavyweight champion, is here. And I want to talk to him face-to-face, in person. I'll make it short and easy. Thank you.
All right, fair enough. Al Perez, the Florida heavyweight champion. And I'll tell you what, we've got some great matches upcoming, including a special handicap match first on the docket on today's program. So let's turn it over to the ring and Diamond Dallas Page.
Crank up the music and let's get out the real champion. I'm talking about 385 pounds. And it takes two men to beat one man. On his way and coming to the ring by my main man, the Hump, Sir Oliver Upperdates. Feast your eyes on the real deal, boys. The big B-A-double-D man, Steel Man. Take it, son. Take it home.
referee calls for the bell. El Cid and Kevin Catlin going up against the Big Steel Man in a special handicap match. Now, I might just point out that they will have to adhere to Australian tag team rules. And the Big Steel Man made the statement that he was tired of single opponents. He wanted a bit more of a workout, as he called it. And he's got things under control right now.
Yeah, I guess so, baby. It takes two men to beat the man now, as far as I'm concerned. When he can't meet the right opponent, oh, good God. Maybe when he can't meet the right single opponent, he'll take on two. Look, he helped that man right through his corner, man. He helped him.
Well, El Cid in trouble, and the Big Steel Man shouting at him to get up. Some ominous sounds from Terry Funk at the very opening of our program, as you saw and heard. And
Whoa! Woo!
tried a cross body block, and just having no effect on the Steel Man at all. He is indeed a man of steel.
This is beautiful, baby. This is beautiful. That guy tried to come up the top rope there. Lay on that man, Hump. Do you love it? Do you love it, Hump?
Catlin in a lot of trouble already, and as he tried to move across the ring, it's the Big Steel Man bringing
Here we
him
go.
out.
Oh! There ain't nobody getting off of that, Goddard.
And that's
Beautiful.
That's it. And so the Big Steel Man demolishes the team of El Cid and Kevin Catlin. And, well, all I can say is this Steel Man is one of the most impressive competitors I have ever seen. Obviously, he is looking for Dusty Rhodes in the PWF Heavyweight Championship as well. And I guess right now it might be a good idea to find out what is going on with Diamond Dallas Page and Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
That's right, baby. Diamond Dallas Page here with the Hump, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and our minds are fused together, baby. That's right, with the big B-A-double-D band, Steel Man, brother. And like I said before, when we can't find one man worthy of beating this man, we'll bring in two. Am I right, Hump? Did you see that awesome display, Diamond Dallas Page? Woo! Did you see what the big man did? And not one human being, but the two. Undoubtedly, the man standing with us today from Steel City, USA, is the toughest, roughest man in the sport today. And he's doing exactly what we want him to do, Diamond Dallas. He's going out there night after night and eliminating one after another. Now, there's a little situation that has arisen with Tricky Dickie Slater. And on April the 8th... Slater the Slater, baby. Dickie Slater the traitor, that's right. April the 8th down in Sarasota at Robarts Arena, Dick Slater. This big monster right here is going to be waiting for you. And he's going to take you like he took those two punks and rip you limb from limb. And Dusty Rhodes. We ain't forgetting that, baby. It was a Dusty Rhodes. Our lack of experience, Diamond Dallas, was all it was. Or this man would be the PWF champion today. But I'm telling you something, Dusty Rhodes. If you think you got beat up last time, if you think you felt sore for about a week after that, you're going to be in traction, brother. Permanent traction from your neck down to your feet. This big man right here will stop at nothing. Dusty Rhodes, you remember how it was. You remember the beating you took, brother. Beat the ball like a redheaded stepchild. That's exactly right. At Dusty Rhodes, there'll be a day again when you'll have to get in the ring with the Big Steel Man. And, brother, when that day comes, we will settle for nothing but absolute destruction. I am talking down to the bone, Dusty Rhodes. Dick Slater, you first, and then Dusty Rhodes. And you got it, Slater, Trainer, and Dusty Rhodes. Now some important messages.
The attitude and the philosophy of Dick Slater changes quite often, but this most recent change is certainly one for the good.
Well, I made a lot of mistakes in my life, and one mistake was being involved, period, with Humperdinck. Diamond Dallas Page, you got a lot of diamonds, you got a lot of girls, you drive a nice car. All I want to know is, I hope you've got yourself a great big life insurance policy. Because, see, Diamond Dallas Page, you were up in the Tampa press box, and I heard at one time you had a thumbs down on Dick Slater. Well, Humperdinck, and I'm sure right here we got to film it, Humperdinck took it upon himself to run me in that steel pole. Well, you see, Humperdinck, it's going to be a real short time. You see right here where Humperdinck run me in the pole. Of course, I got a few stitches, but then again, after the thing was over, the Steel Man, Bam Bam Bigelow, and a bunch of other people took it upon themselves to really beat Dick Slater up. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. It'll be a cold day in hell before you, Diamond Dallas Page, Humperdinck, the Steel Man, me and you, in Sarasota, Florida, on the 8th, are going to go at it head-to-head. And Humperdinck, there ain't a place in that building that's going to house you, because I'm going to come after you right there in Sarasota and anywhere else that I can get my hands on that man, Gordon.
Fair enough, Dick. I understand how you feel. Thank you so very much. Let's go to the ring. We've got a ladies' matchup coming, and that is Misty Blue, the one who's talking to the referee, Mickey J, right now, caught by Cat LaRue from behind, and this one is already underway. Misty Blue and Cat LaRue. Cat LaRue in the red, and Misty Blue in a world of hurt right now. And the crowd picking up the chant very quickly, "Go, Misty, go." And she is unquestionably the more popular of the two girls out there. Dick Slater is talking about getting even with Sir Oliver Humperdinck and the Steel Man and Diamond Dallas Page.
Hey, thank God Slater's out of here. Slater's the traitor. No doubt about it. He did not prove himself. I told you right there at the homecoming garden that if Slater did not prove himself, he was out of the Diamond Exchange. Humperdinck looked to me. I took care of Hump. I told, hey, Hump, you got the call. Take care of business, brother, and he did. I mean, he should have tagged out a long time ago. We would have had the victory. We would have won 2-3. I mean, totally out of line with this Slater. I don't get. Slater's going to get what's coming to him.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what.
Heads get cut off.
You let Dick Slater tape those fists, and the Steel Man's liable to find himself fighting a buzzsaw. And a beautiful move by Misty Blue as she brings Cat LaRue back into the ring. Good pole slam. And brings her up once again. These are two very, very sharp wrestlers, no question about that. A snap mare puts Cat LaRue back into a reverse chin lock now. Referee is Mickey J, checking in.
Oh, beautiful. One way to get your point across.
A boot to the midsection and then forearm across the back. As Misty Blue in trouble now. A full arm dragon twist by Cat LaRue.
Tell you, God, I didn't think Slater was ever going to get the heck off this seat. This is my seat. I have to get out of the seat because I don't want to have any confrontations with the Steel Man to come out here and drop the boy like a bad habit or anything. So I have to get back here and do the color with you. I mean, that guy's got more hot air in him.
That's a matter of opinion. Figure 4. Figure 4 by Misty Blue, and I believe that's the first time I've ever seen a woman wrestler utilize that hold. And she is really bearing down with it.
I can't believe Cat's holding out this long. Get to the ropes.
I can't either. She's trying desperately to get over to those ropes, however.
There we go.
She is into the ropes. The referee calls for the break. I'd like to remind all of you folks in the Fort Lauderdale viewing area who are watching us today on WSBN, we will be in the War Memorial Auditorium tonight at 8 o'clock. The American Dream will be there, the Big Steel Man, a host of your top favorites. A lot of electricity in the air. Misty Blue maintains dominance now on Cat LaRue. Keeps the pressure on.
Like I was saying in Fort Lauderdale, baby, the travesty of justice is going to be reversed. The judge, the jury, and the executioner will be there.
Yeah, we'll find out. And it is Misty Blue, an Irish whip on Cat LaRue.
Oh! Woo!
Caught her very nicely with a headbutt. Inside step over.
The moves on this babe.
Hey, it's an variation on the Indian deathlock into a full Boston crab, but hooks the leg in the process. Hooks the leg very, very nicely in the process. And so, Misty Blue chalks up a victory here. You're seeing the beginning of the end as she nailed her coming off the ropes with that headbutt. And Then she moves into this variation. It looks like it's the beginning of an inside step over. Then notice the way she brings up the other leg, hooks one into the other, then turns her into a full Boston Crab position, and scores a very, very effective win over Cat LaRue. Now let's go now to Dallas Page and set 2.
That's right, baby. Diamond Dallas Page here with the ace. Johnny Ace, my man. You know, I don't understand what happened the other night, man. You and my main man, the Terminator, I know that you're the brains behind the brains in the brawn, but sometimes, brother, you got to give it off to the brawn, man, because the man knows the wrestler. He knows the strategies, and you have to give up some of your brain to the man and let him do what he's going to do.
Let's face facts. A lot of things have been happening to Johnny Ace in the last couple of weeks, and Johnny Ace has been hurt by him. Now it's time for Johnny Ace, me, to take things in his own hands, to decide maybe right or wrong, maybe good or bad, maybe to walk that line or deviate left or right. And I'm going to start making those decisions, and you fans out there will find out what my decision is. Now, I appreciate everything you've done for me, good and bad, but it's time for me to do things my own way. Now, there's an old saying that when you're in the forest, you can't see the trees. Well, it's time for Johnny Ace to back up and look at the whole picture and do something about those trees.
I don't think Ace has got his head on straight. Let's go to some important messages. Now, introduce...
The Commandos entering the ring now. That's Commando Ray, followed by Commando Boone. They're going up against Mike Awesome and Rick Diamond. One fall, 10-minute time limit, an Australian tag team event. And, of course, we still have the Raging Bull. Manny Fernandez will be seen a little bit later on. Dustin Rhodes going up against Hangman Bobby Jaggers. The bell is rung, and it's Boone out there very quickly. And Diamond trying to get over, makes the tag with Mike Awesome, and Boone is wasting no time as he lays some powerful forearms across the thoracic area of the back, drives him to the canvas. There's 800 pounds between those two men.
Like you were saying, direct from the front line, got it. These boys are B-A-double-D bad. Mike Awesome, that name ain't going to help him tonight, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what. The Nasty Boys have got some comments that I think bear listening to about this time.
400 pounds apiece, 800 pounds of fine weight. The most awesome tag team in the world today. But it don't matter if the Nasty Boys are back together and healthy. Anything they throw at us on top, we're going to take back and spit out. How about it, Knobster? That's it. Let me tell you, the Nasty Boys are on top. Flamingo Madness is wild. And let me tell you, we're standing tall. We're looking good. We ought to be in Hollywood. So sign your name at the dotted line, Commandos or anyone else, because the Nasty Boys are here to stay.
Okay, the comments from the Nasty Boys, and obviously Knobs' shoulder is back close to 100%. Of course, those two fellows ask no quarter and give no quarter. Neither do the Commandos, I might add. Awesome planted a boot in the midsection, had absolutely no effect at all. And now Rick Diamond out there, a series of hard punches, but not effective. A drop kick. And Diamond did himself more damage there than anything else.
I tell you, God, when you're beating on these guys, the first place and the only place you should not be hitting them is in the midsection. Am I wrong? God. Oh, brother. I tell you, I heard Knob say that he's... What did he say? He was, God, I can't remember. Something about standing tall and should be in Hollywood or something. He's looking good. That was standing tall, looking good. Look at that splash. Oh.
Diamond is down, and as far as I'm concerned, all but gone.
That's all she wrote, baby.
Count of three. The count of three, it is all over, and, well, we've got some comments coming up you ought to listen to. Florida Championship Wrestling will be held Saturday night, April 22nd in Nassau, New Providence, Nassau Stadium. It's going to be a great, great night of competition. And tonight, 2 championships go on the line in Fort Lauderdale at War Memorial Auditorium. Florida Championship Wrestling tonight, and tickets are available at all Ticketmasters or at the box office tonight. Now, you will see the Bubblegum Kid take on the Terminator. Scott Hall faces the Hangman Bobby Jaggers. In a special challenge match, it'll be Steve Gator Kern and Dick Slater against the Commandos in a combined weight of 800 pounds. In a grudge match, it'll be the Italian Stallion against Black Bart. Sir Oliver Humperdinck will be at ringside. In a Florida Heavyweight Championship match, a return match, it'll be Mike Graham against Al Perez. And then the Professional Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship goes on the line. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, defending that title against the challenge of the 385-pound Big Steel Man. Well, Steve Gator Kern and Dick Slater are with me right now, gentlemen. You've got your work.
You say them people weigh their 800 and what, how many pounds?
800 pounds between the two.
800 pounds. Florida Championship Wrestling is alive and kicking in Fort Lauderdale, being challenged by two 800-pounders. Let me tell you something. This may look strange, Dick Slater and Steve Kern standing side by side, but it's going to be a bad night for you, Humperdinck, and your two men. The only thing I want to know is, Dickie, am I going to be able to trust you?
He's been asking me this all the time. Probably not, but I want
That's nice to know.
I'll tell you one thing right now. Being as unpredictable as I am, and being that I could cause a lot of trouble, the Commandos are in for a lot of trouble. The only thing I want you to do is watch my back, and I'll watch your back.
I'll watch it.
Fair enough, gentlemen. It's all going to happen tonight in Fort Lauderdale at War Memorial Auditorium. Remember, you can still get your tickets at Ticketmaster or buy them tonight at the box office. Now, let's listen to what these gentlemen have to say about the matches tonight.
If ever a building was appropriately named, it's a War Memorial in Fort Lauderdale, because tonight the war starts. Florida Championship Wrestling, Bobby Jaggers takes on Big Scott Hall.
That's right, Scott Hall, you're a big man, brother. But remember one thing, when you're laying on the mat, you're only about that high, and I'll be laying on top of you, Jack.
And the second chapter of the war will be when Black Bart steps in to face this punk.
Humperdinck, I'm going to make you a promise, and every dead person down there in Fort Lauderdale, when the meathead gets into the ring, I'll prove once and for all that that's just what he is, a dadgum meathead.
And Diamond Dallas, my good friend, come talk to these poor enlightened people.
I told the world right here that this man right here would be the Florida Championship heavyweight champion right here. If he did drop, Graham, like a bad habit, brother, what's going to happen there at the War Memorial, brother?
Very bad. You know, Mike Graham, you're a double tough individual. You got a lot of heart and soul, but you're turning into a fool if you want to get back in the ring for a rematch now.
And, baby, and then, it was a travesty of justice, baby, at the homecoming when my man, he beat you only by his experience, brother. Well, let me tell you, like I said, it was a travesty of justice. But this week, Saturday night at the War Memorial, brother, this is going to be the judge, the jury, and the executioner.
Well, we're going to find out tonight. The PWF heavyweight champion is with me right now, Dusty Rhodes.
Full of their live, Flamingo Madness, Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, Professional Wrestling Federation heavyweight champion, War Memorial Fort Lauderdale. To hear them boys talk, I'm just going down there to have a date. Well, I got something on my mind besides playing kissy face. And Big Steel Man, maybe it was experience. Maybe it was that bad old American Dream jumping on with that big old legend. Or maybe it was that Florida funk. But the American Dream's gonna be there live and in color.
It's tonight, Fort Lauderdale War Memorial Auditorium. Get your tickets now. There you see him, Manny Fernandez, the Raging Bull, being accompanied to ringside by Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and the Raging Bull is just that. One of the most fearsome competitors in professional wrestling today, and says he has a lot of scores to settle, and that's why he's here.
Oh, you know, the Hump is responsible all for that, baby. Brought Terry Funk here, and now the Raging Bull. He's a part of the Diamond Exchange, baby, and we're going to be taking care of business, especially Saturday, April 8th in Sarasota, baby.
Well, we'll find out, that's for sure. Meanwhile, it's McClaskey getting a side headlock. The Raging Bull upends him very quickly, though. Belly to back supplé that took him to the canvas, and he has been slowed considerably by that impact. Off the ropes, and once again, the Bull catches him.
I'd say one of the most vicious brawlers in the sport today, Gordon. Right there, the Bull. And he's going to get what the Diamond Exchange should have got at the homecoming, baby. The gold around his waist. Woo! That's right, man. The Bull is back.
High vertical supplé by Manny Fernandez. Fernandez is an absolute fearless competitor. I've watched his career very, very carefully over the years. And he really doesn't care how big or small they are. He just enjoys the hand-to-hand combat of wrestling. Irish whip and then catches him coming in.
Manny just likes to give a good beating now and again, baby. Oh,
Yeah.
big boots.
And really pounding it to him.
Beautiful.
Humperdinck nodding in agreement. Humperdinck will stop at nothing to get back at Dusty Rhodes. That's pretty obvious.
Man with a mission.
Pulaski down once again, and it's Manny Fernandez closing in on him once again. Fernandez has wrestled all over the world. And you folks, whether you're in Jacksonville or Orlando, Sarasota, West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, you're all going to get a chance to see this man in action.
Oh, my God, beautiful. That's a whole new one, Garvin. That is a whole new move there.
Right there.
Oh, look at the hump. Beautiful, baby.
Took him down with a variation coming off the ropes of a pile driver.
Oh.
And I don't believe anybody is ever going to get up from that.
Who ain't kidding?
Man, oh, man, oh, man. I have watched his career, but I have never seen him move with such ferocity as we're seeing here now. And they're still tending to Mike McClaskey in the ring.
Did he look awesome, baby, or what? Right here. Woo! Needs no introduction to any wrestling fan anywhere in the country. This man is Manny the Raging Bull Fernandez, and he's here for one reason. Talk to him about
You know
it.
something, Daddy? The legend of Dusty Rhodes live on, the greatest sports attraction of all time, the American dream. Well, baby, I'm tired of living in that shadow. You should have took it and ran with it and laid back and watched, Daddy. It's your time, and you overdid it. You should have retired. But this time, I'm going to put you out. See, there's no more nice guy, Dusty Rhodes. No more world tag team champions, me and you. It's a bull, and he wants to become a legend. So I'm known as the legend killer throughout the country. So, Dusty, you'd have been back there announcing, not wrestling. October or April the 8th, you got me, baby, in Sarasota. That when the legend will cease.
That's
Yes,
right,
Anochi.
baby. You got it, Bull. Tell him what it was there, brother.
Yes,
Let's
Anochi.
You got it, baby.
Right on,
Baby. Let's take it to those important messages.
Certainly want to thank the following firms for their help to Florida Championship Wrestling: Bahamas Air and Charlie's Place in the Bahamas. Here in Stateside, we certainly want to thank Affordable Copies, only $35 an hour for copy repair. Also, we want to thank Carrollwood Office Services, and may I just say that if you need secretarial service of any kind, please call Carrollwood Office Services, 962-6303. Ask for Cynthia Bissell. And a special thanks to the Gulf Southern Enterprises, painting and drywall contractors, and our special thanks to DeVoe Paints. Well, we've got a six-man tag team match upcoming. Steve Kern, Mike Graham, and Scott Hall going up against Mark Starr, Jim Backlund, and the Gladiator.
Got the champion out there, and you saw him at the homecoming. Take it again, baby, from Lightning Lou. The man is a bad sucker, boy, right there, Jimmy Backlund. I like him a lot.
Mike Graham still nursing injuries that he received from Al Perez. Dustin Rhodes, of course, had an injured leg. But both of them back in action, and good go behind on the part of Mike Graham. Almost had Backlund into a pinning combination. Backlund slipped away. Now, the name on the marquee is wrestling, and I'll guarantee you get fellows out there like Mike Graham, Steve Kern, Scott Hall, Jim Backlund, Mark Starr, or the Gladiator. You're going to find wrestling, that's for sure. Full arm drag and twist. Now, he moves up into an arm bar on Backlund. Backlund, of course, the Professional Wrestling Federation junior heavyweight champion, and a good shoulder smash by Graham. Graham brings him up. Full body slam on Backlund. Caught him again. Wing over takedown.
The quickness of these two is staggering to the mind, baby. When these two were running, it is non-stop action. The fans are going crazy. Functional literates, and most of them are. Beautiful, beautiful.
Kern caught in a side headlock. Fires off, caught with a shoulder smash, dropped to the canvas. Kern caught him that time. The Gator got him.
Wally Gator.
Speaking of Wally Gator, we will be in Gainesville in the near future at the beautiful Stephen O'Connell Center. Looking forward to returning to the home of the sensational Florida Gators.
Paul put him in the air. I think he put him on the third floor, women's lingerie up there. Good God.
Mark Starr moving out against Scott Hall. Scott Hall, 6'6", 275 pounds. Off the ropes, and neither man went down. Mark Starr fires off at that time. Scott Hall caught him very nicely, and Hall had that big size number 12 in the air, and Mark Starr backed away from it. Hall brings him back out into the center of the ring, punishing those quadriceps femoris muscles.
Paul looks like a man with a mission out there, Godden, doesn't he? I don't think I've seen him look this good.
You're seeing a changed Mike Graham, too, I might add. And Graham very quickly going for that figure 4.
Beautiful, baby.
Mark Starr makes it over to the ring ropes, but he had plenty of worries on his mind. Now the Gladiator moves out.
Real heads-up move there by Mr. Starr, didn't you think?
Well, I have to admit that.
For a young kid.
Mike Graham stinging from a very, very controversial defeat for his Florida heavyweight championship.
I told the world the boy was going to drop him, baby. And he did.
And Steve Kern back in there. Yeah, you were about half right, Dallas. You sure were 100% wrong when the Steel Man went against Dusty Rhodes.
Go on, give me a break. Since when do you listen to me anyway? All of a sudden you're my stenographer?
Not hardly.
Just a matter of time before justice will prevail and the big Steel Man is wearing it around his waist. I'm talking about the gold, baby.
Time will tell. All right, the Gladiator moves, charges in, and Scott Hall ducked to one side. Hall catches him. A lariat that put him to the canvas. And it's Mike Graham moving in very quickly. And now as Backlund charges in and Mark Starr charges in, Kern and Hall break him off, and Mike Graham's got that figure 4. The Gladiator concedes. The Gladiator conceding very, very quickly. And so, in this 6-man tag team, the victors are Mike Graham, Steve Kern, and Scott Hall. And here you see Mike Graham going for that figure 4. Backlund and Starr trying to interfere. And Hall and Kern ended that very quickly. Mike Graham gets ready and switches down with that figure 4. And the Gladiator very quickly concedes. And the victory goes to Mike Graham. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got a lot of things happening. And I wanted to take a moment right now to talk to both Dusty Rhodes and to Dustin Rhodes. And first of all, Dustin, how's that leg coming along?
You know, Gordon, injuries are all a part of professional wrestling. Now, let me tell you something, Terry Funk. You might have hurt me, but there will be a payback. Not from the American Dream Dusty Rhodes, my father, but from Dustin Rhodes. And when I do it, I will make sure you never, ever forget it.
Well, I'll tell you what, it took an awful lot of courage to go up against that man, Dustin, and obviously, Dusty, you had to view that thing with really some mixed emotions.
Well, I have to take a little comment here on Terry Funk when he has, in public, if you will, went out on a limb and challenged Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, talked about my family, and I told Terry Funk many years ago, one thing you don't do with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, is talk about my family. Now, Dustin Rhodes can take care of himself. He wanted this thing on his own. He held his own. I know we got a piece of tape. I want to look at you, and I want to show you exactly what Terry Funk is made of.
All right, here we have it back at the homecoming. It is Terry Funk against Dustin Rhodes.
Right here, Gordon, both me and Terry Funk are going through a lot right here. We both took a lot of punishment.
Terry Funk and Sir Oliver Humperdinck, of course, as usual, at ringside. Dustin Rhodes.
Well, God, let me tell you right here, this is a kid that's got a lot of heart, you know. I mean, all his life, he has trained for this one thing. He has trained to be a professional wrestler. He could have played football, could have played pro football. I'm not blowing his horn, but toot. And that's the bottom line right here, taking care of Oliver Humperdinck. What is about to happen right here has happened to Dusty Rhodes many occasions, because they don't come in ones, they come in pairs. They come in 3s and 4s, because legendary Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, fucking like a monkey all the time, is taking care of business. Right here now, if it is a public display, is it just a promotional gimmick by Terry Funk to get me riled, then he's got me riled. And I tell you what's going to happen, Terry Funk. Dustin's going to take care of you on his own, but don't keep Sir Oliver Humperdinck playing the families with Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. That's the bottom line. Right here, you see a lot of pain, blues, and agony. You see a chair, you see a knee, you see bones broke. You talk about professional wrestling around the country. You watch other programs and you say, well, this ain't right, this is a little silly. Well, this ain't silly, Jack. And I'll tell everybody out there that wants some of Dustin Rhodes, or Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, or Florida Championship Wrestling, or anybody else, all they got to do is come and make a walk on it. Because you're walking on the wild side. You're walking with a wild streak. And that's the bottom line. Now then, the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez, and the Al Perez for Lauderdale tonight, the big steelman, all want to take a shot. Yeah, here comes the Florida heavyweight champion right here.
Gordon, Dusty Rhodes, Gordon Soley, got a few questions to ask you, because I'm tired of this important, brother. I want it face to face. The last 4 years of my career, have you ever seen my shoulders pinned to the mat? The last 4 years, has there been any titles that I have had the title shot that I have not captured?
Well, Mr. Perez, you are a great champion, but listen, I mean, let's stop talking about it. Let's stop talking about it then.
I just won this title right here from a double tough cookie. What makes you think you're any different? I'll see you in the ring, brother, because I want that title.
I apologize for the intrusion, Dusty, and I want to thank you for keeping your temper.
One closing comment is, Al Perez, don't you dare spit into the wind, brother, because when you spit into the wind, you get it back in your face. So anyway, everybody talking about it. I'm here, Dustin's here, Dickie Slater's here. Let's stop talking about it and let's do it, damn it.
All right, fair enough. Professional Wrestling Federation champion Dusty Rhodes and his son Dustin, and we'll be seeing Dustin in action just a little bit later on. Right now, it's time to let the cash registers jingle a bit, okay? Florida Championship Wrestling will be held in Nassau, New Providence, Nassau Stadium, Saturday, April 22nd. A great night of competition upcoming. And tonight in Fort Lauderdale at War Memorial Auditorium, Florida Championship Wrestling begins promptly at 8 p.m. Now, tickets are available right now at all Ticketmaster locations, or they will be available, of course, at the box office tonight. But get your tickets early. It's going to be a great night of wrestling competition. You will see the Bubblegum Kid take on the Terminator. Big Scott Hall faces Hangman Bobby Jaggers. In a special challenge match, Steve Gatorkern and Dick Slater face the Commandos. In a grudge match, it'll be the Italian Stallion versus Black Bart. Sir Oliver Humperdinck will be at ringside. In a return Florida title match, it'll be Mike Graham against Al Perez. And then the Professional Wrestling Federation Heavyweight Championship goes on the line. The American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, the champion, defending his title against the Big Steel Man. Get your tickets now at all Ticketmaster locations. Well, the Terminator has joined us here at the desk.
Shut up, Gordon Soley. Great tag teams, they should think alike, and they should have the same goals. That's being champions. When one of them stops thinking and stops being a great champion, then the situation has to be terminated. I'm my own man. I do my own things. I say what I want, and I get what I want. I want the PWF Heavyweight Championship belt. Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream. You're a great champion, and you're a great wrestler, but great champions are made to be beat. I will take no prisoners, and I will show no mercy. It doesn't matter where, it doesn't matter when. I'll go through anybody to get to you, Dusty Rhodes. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
Well, thank you so very much, the Terminator, and I think he's made his point abundantly clear. Well, we've got the match we've been talking about throughout the hour, and that is Hangman Bobby Jaggers going out against Dustin Rhodes. One fall with television time remaining. And Dustin Rhodes, I'll tell you what, I was concerned about that leg, but he's out there. He has the one a little more heavily wrapped than the other. 6'4", 250 pounds, going up against a man who certainly has a long edge on him in experience. But right now, Hangman Bobby Jaggers has got his hands full.
Well, like you said, man, Bobby's been around the block once or twice. It's going to take more than a couple of whippings to take him down, brother. Speaking back to my main man, the Terminator over there, I think he made a very valid point, and I think everyone really knows where he's coming from now, baby. And he is after the title, and nothing's going to stop him because it just doesn't matter.
Dustin Rhodes punishing the shoulder and the deltoids of Hangman Bobby Jaggers. Jaggers now jams that heel of the hand underneath the chin of Dustin Rhodes, the natural forearm, and Rhodes fires back. I'll tell you what, Dusty has every right to be proud of this young fellow. He's got that that inbred courage that you find in the Rhodes family, no question about that.
Yeah.
Jaggers back up again, but Jaggers not so pleased right now. I think Jaggers might have come into this match a tad overconfident. And if he had paid serious attention to that match between Terry Funk and Dustin Rhodes, I think he would not have come in quite so confident.
Speaking of that match there, you know, I got to say, I really love the way Terry handled the whole thing there. I think he really took care of business. He set out to do a mission. My man Hump right ringside with him right there he is again. And he just sort of worked the whole thing away. I thought it looked perfect. I thought he did exactly, he told the world what he was going to do. And at the opening of this program, if they missed that, oh, God, that man is a monster. He's great, man. But when he said, when Hump told me he was going out and finding the most vicious people in the world, and he started with him, these guys, and the Bull, good God, baby. It's just a matter of time before the legend dies.
Jaggers taking a shortcut there, jammed a thumb into the eye of the natural Dustin Rhodes and slapped that head into the turnbuckles. And Mickey J calling for the break, as well he should.
Yeah, listen to Bobby.
Well, I'll tell you,
oh, beautiful short clothesline.
That short lariat took the natural down, but he powered out. And so, Dusty was able to power away once again, and now, Hangman Bobby Jaggers. Double rear chin lock. Crowd picking up that chant for Dustin Rhodes. And again, Jaggers drives him back to the canvas.
These people disgust me, God, and you know, they want to see the legend keep on going, the American dream continuing, and they're trying to live it through this Dustin guy here, man. I'm not going to take anything away from the natural because the kid does have serious talent. I can't take that away from him. But he is not the American dream, and he never will be.
Well, that's a debatable point. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, we noticed that intensity on his face, and Dustin Rhodes had some problems. Drove him into the turnbuckle, then caught him again with a lariat into the throat. Those percussions now beginning to take their toll. And it's Dustin Rhodes ducking to one side. Dustin, elbow to the top of the head. Irish whip. And it's Jaggers caught. Beautiful high backdrop by the natural. Dustin. Uppercut, and now Dustin Rhodes. Hey, wait a minute. Wait a second. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, after that leg.
He tried to kick Humperdinck. I saw him right from here, God, and you saw
kick him at all.
He tried to kick Humperdinck right in the face.
No, sir. Humperdinck reached out and grabbed that foot.
That's not what I saw.
Jaggers came off the ropes, but it was Dustin Rhodes who caught him coming in. Dustin Rhodes And now Humperdinck comes crawling in there again.
The manager again. What is this?
Sir Oliver Humperdinck has no business in there, none whatsoever.
He reached over, grabbed Hump by the hair, and pulled him in.
If anybody comes into that ring...
Grab that sucker.
Oh, man. Wait a minute. The referee calling for the bell. Outside interference. Black Bart just charged the ring. And Black Bart just upended the referee. Now Black Bart. Now, what is he doing now?
He's
oh, man, they've got him.
The manager, nothing riles us more than that.
Oh, right down on the leg again.
Beautiful.
And Dustin Rhodes beginning to writhe in pain. And they are just having themselves a heyday. The Italian Stallion came moving in.
That piece of breath, he's out of here. Woo! Beautiful. I'll tell you, every time you put your hands on a manager, this is what you can expect to happen. Brand them.
Oh, come on.
Brand them. Ha, ha, ha. Double B.
Oh, man, that's terrible. That's terrible. They branded him on the back, just like you would a steer. And now we've got Dusty Rhodes and Dick Slater out there. And Sir Oliver Humperdinck, Black Bart, and Hangman Bobby Jaggers beating a hasty retreat, if you will. And Dustin Rhodes coming up very slowly, and obviously they're very concerned about that right leg. Dustin coming up very, very slowly, and it is Dick Slater.
Double B, baby.
Yeah, look at
Branded
that.
him just like a steer, a fat steer.
That's terrible. You don't go around branding people.
Anyone who ever puts their hands on a manager.
Now, we're going to see this happen once again. Now, look what happens here. Sir Oliver Humperdinck, they've already got Dustin Rhodes partially out as it is. Black Bart getting up on that second ring rope. Now, watch as he brings that full nearly 300 pounds down across him on that same leg again. And there you could see Dustin the Natural writhing in agony as the full force of Black Bart came down on him. Now, it's no question about it that Dustin Rhodes has been hurt. How badly, I don't know. He was moving on that leg, but obviously needed assistance, and certainly something that Sir Oliver Humperdinck and his entourage, including yourself, sir, should not be proud of.
I'll tell you, God, Knobs learned his lesson. You don't put your hands on the man. The manager is the man. The manager makes it all happen, makes it come together, puts the big bucks in these boys' pockets, man. And then he reached over and kicked Humperdinck. Humperdinck was standing right there, reached over and kicked him. Then he pulls him in the ring. Give me a break. You know you can't put your hands on the manager, brother.
No, that's not right at all. And on top of that, anytime you're a manager and you slip into that ring, the manner in which Sir
He
Oliver
pulled him, reached in, grabbed him by his hair, and pulled him in. You saw it. You saw it.
He was in the process of trying to pin.
Hold him by his right hand.
Man, you sure have strange vision, I'll tell you what. I don't know what's in those glasses, but they sure don't ring right, I'll guarantee you.
Diamond-studded glasses see perfectly.
Well, I'll guarantee you this much. You don't mess with family, and that's what Sir Oliver Humperdinck has done once again. Between Terry Funk, Al Perez, the Terminator, the Big Steel Man, Bam Bam Bigelow, everybody wants a piece of
Let's
Dusty.
put it like this, God. The bottom line of Diamond Exchange has a mission. It's to eliminate Dusty Rhodes. It all started when he insulted one of the Diamond Dolls. You were right here, insulted one of my favorite ladies. Then they're coming back, and so we brought in the Steel Man. The Steel Man is here. It was a travesty of justice just the other day. We're going to get that resolved, man. The Raging Bull is here. Terry Funk is here. The Commandos. We are building an army. The Southern Force, brother, that was just an example of what's going to happen. Anybody who gets in our way, we're going to brand them just like a fat steer.
Well, I think that's quite enough. I think we've talked quite enough. All I can say is I'd like to remind all of you in the Fort Lauderdale area that we will be in Fort Lauderdale tonight at the War Memorial Auditorium. Don't forget, of course, that quite a matchup coming in Sarasota on the 8th. We'll be back in the Tampa Bay area in the 5th. We certainly hope that we'll see you, too, at all of the other locations where you see Florida Championship Wrestling advertised. On behalf of Diamond Dallas Page, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.
See ya!